Hello everyone and welcome back to the New Beginnings world with me, TomB92. It's been some time since we've been in this world with the Hearthcraft server kicking off, but I thought it's about time we get to business and get a few things going in this world. Now last episode we left off with the thought of putting in some pathways and it was just left as stone. So I've been off and I've textured it all. I've decided not to go with tough because tough may feature in some of our builds to come up in the future. Around the front of our trading area here, we cleared out some land here and I'm thinking that's a perfect spot for a good build in the future. So just off over in this direction over here, away from our little town, you can see we've got a platform up and ready, and you can see I've got a few chests ready here, and that is because we have a build ready for this place. I'm thinking a lighthouse. Now I found an image online that I want to take inspiration from and actually build off my own accord, and I'm really looking forward to putting that together. But before I can do that, I actually need to get some resources because I'm actually quite low on a lot of resources. So let's make use of those beacons in the background that we got last episode and do a bit of mining, the fun thing. And just like that, 2 picks later, we have 7 shulkers full of resources and a lot of empty space, which we may well use in the future, perhaps for our storage room. Now these 24 rockets in my offhand are the last rockets that I have. So we're going to look at building ourselves a sugarcane farm somewhere around this area. Probably need to do a bit of tidying up with all the copper left over, but we're going to get something started. We're going to be using Tango Tech's model, which is fully expandable. We're just going to be using 2 modules because that's going to be enough for us in our single player let's play series here. Okay, here's the farm, but I have a confession. I may have gone a bit OTT on the cleaning of the area. I have leveled everywhere out. You can see the gap between my cactus farm and the pumpkin and melon farm that was here not that long ago. And this is how much I have cleared out. I've leveled it out over here. I don't really know why, just done a lot of placing blocks, tidying blocks. And whilst I have been a crazy man and done all of that, this sugarcane farm has been working. You can see here it is very quick to work. The sugarcane can only grow to 2 tall. You can see here, and it's I'm pretty certain it's 100% lossless, even though you've got these gaps back here, you think you might lose some. So I think now that we have our sugarcane farm in place, we have been a madman and done a load of tidying up, it's time for us to head back over here, back towards our town, and get our lighthouse built. I'm really looking forward to this one. I hope you all enjoy it. Now let's get into a time lapse. Our lighthouse build is now complete, and I've started to level up the platform that was there and started to add like a breaker wall around into the ocean, and that's kind of, you know, what you'll see in real life. There'll be a breaker wall to stop the waves coming in and crashing into the land. So there's a lot more detail we can play around with, but I'm pretty much out of blocks. There's been a lot of stone used around this area, and well, yeah, I don't have any left, so I can't really play around with that too much more. But it does give me the idea that perhaps we head back to our industrial area and build some sort of cobblestone generator, something automatic that we can put in place. And this here is Ilmango's automatic cobblestone generator, and this wouldn't be a New Beginnings episode if we didn't talk about the parity differences between Bedrock and Java. And first things first is the most obvious one, is that I'm floating around here, and that is because I have the FreeCam mod installed, which, you know, there's just nothing available like that in the Bedrock edition. And secondly, and obviously most apparent in virtually every single break-in block farm, is TNT duping. This contraption at the top here, which is responsible for the TNT duping, it just makes all these farms so much easier to AFK. I can just chill up there and this farm can just run, you know, we can just drop in the TNT, the cobblestone is generated, and obviously it's cheap because I'm not constantly replacing TNT into a dispenser for it to trigger from this clock that's running on the side here, and it's gonna kick out a fair bit of cobblestone, and I'm gonna let it generate for a while, and then we're gonna use our smelter we built a few episodes back and get it smelted from the lava that we've got. And once we've done that, we're gonna head back over to our base and do some more tidying up, maybe even complete a new build at our base area. I've cleared out some more area around here, and I have 6 shulkers of resources that we are gonna plow into a build here and just bring this together to life, connect it all up. Yeah, I'm not going to go into a time lapse for the build. We're just going to go from this to this, and we've added in this kind of market building here on the corner, and it kind of helps piece together, and it points us down this pathway that isn't yet in place, kind of round the back here to this pathway, and we can kind of bring it back up to the pathway that we installed, and I think that really helps bring the close-knit feeling back. And the only area that isn't going to be close-knit for this town is going to be this area out here. I want to make this open and expansive, but we want to connect it all up. So that is next in line, and we're just going to get cracking on with it. Step 1 of bringing this all together is complete, and yes, it looks pretty ugly. It's just a big stone area. Now you can see why I needed my cobblestone generator, right? I needed lots and lots of stone. But now we're going to try and pretty this up. I'm not going to texture it all like our pathways here. I am in free cam mode whilst I'm just kind of stood on the platform over here. I'm not going to add in all the textures just yet, because I'd like to get maybe some market stalls and some fences up in place, try and bring some real life feeling to this area. You know, this is like the start of a promenade kind of area. This maybe down here we could add a beach in the future, and that will just start to bring things together. And now stage 2 is complete. I'm so happy with these trees. Oh, they're just so beautiful. You may recognize them if you're a fan of Hermitcraft. I have been reliving Hermitcraft Season 7 world very much lately for a lot of inspiration. It's one of my favorite SMP worlds, and these trees are straight out of Corralis's city, and they just fit perfectly down here along the beach. And then we've got some little benches here where you can imagine some people sat out looking out to the ocean. And then we've got a fence going all the way up to the lighthouse, you know, stop people clambering over. Now I'm going to enter free cam here. Something that I'm going to want to do in the future is tidy up this area here and make it look like it's a cliff face. So this dirt will probably, you know, be stone, but having done all of this, that is definitely something for another day. One last thing we want to do is get some life into this center here. There's a lot of empty space still, despite these beautiful trees. And I'm thinking maybe a market stall or some ice cream stands, you know, something that you'll see by the beach side, by the riverside, by the waterfront, you know, really trying to bring this area to life. It's a big space. And finally, I am complete around here. I have spent so many hours just putting in these little details around here. The ice cream truck over here, a little flower stall over here. Then we've got a food stall, and we have a server in there. I thought it disappeared for a moment, but he's hiding behind our cash register there. And I am knackered. I'm exhausted with all of this detailing. It really takes a lot out of you, not only having to go and get the blocks, you know, just thinking of going back and forth, but thinking of all these little ideas. There's loads of different features, different little things that have gone in, you know, adding in the grass, adding in the extra barrels, finding all the different things to go in the flower pots. And the banners as well, this ice cream banner, you know, it takes a little thinking to put together, but it really helps bring it all together, and I am so impressed with it. I'm very happy with it, and I really hope that you are too. I hope you've enjoyed the builds that we've put together this episode, and if you have, please do remember to like and subscribe. Tune in for Hearthcraft, there's lots more building, lots more shenanigans going on, and I look forward to seeing you next time.